Hello. 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 My name's Hocus Pocus. Welcome back to the Minecraft Let's Play, episode 28 of the series. So, if you were around for last episode, you would have remembered that we were starting work on an automatic sugarcane farm. And I've had a few thoughts, I've had a few ideas. We're going to be changing it up slightly today, so I think we're actually going to revert to an 8 wide farm. I was very unsure about that in the way I spoke, but no, we're definitely reverting to an 8 wide farm, and the reason for that is because, just taking a look around here for no reason, the reason for that is because if we just look at the water streams here, they run from the source to the end of the stream, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks, so if we do them every 8, then we can have a sort of gap in the middle here, where the water can actually flow under a block, which will probably have ice on the floor, just to allow the blocks to keep moving. And then hopefully, if we just keep sending the items in this direction, we can just have one centralized collection area over there somewhere, instead of having multiple collection areas for this farm. And I think that would make things a lot easier in the long run. So that's exactly what we are going to do. Also, probably need to refresh the design slightly as well, because as you guys may have saw in the last episode, it wasn't very efficient, this design, at actually collecting the drops. So if you see here, we'll just make a row of sugarcane, and then some of it lands here, some of it lands here. Well, obviously it doesn't matter if it lands here, but we're concerned about these bits that sort of just stay on the sand. That's going to be lost items, and wherever there are lost items, there is a lack of efficiency. So of course we want to try and eradicate that if possible. So we are going to need to rethink the design here, and then we can move on. Hello, we're back. So I just spent around 5 to 10 minutes in the skeleton farm, and that allowed me to repair my pickaxe and also my sword. So it's a great... I've just completely forgot what I was going to say. No, I haven't. I was going to say that the mob farm, the skeleton experience farm, is actually a great source for experience, and it also kills 2 birds with 1 stone, since it mends my sword and my pickaxe at the same time, and doesn't actually take as long as I thought it would. So that thing's turning out to be quite the useful contraption. Right now we're looking for a silk touch pickaxe if we have one at all. And the reason for that is because I need glowstone. So let's take the cart back up to the overground base and just check if we have any silk touch picks over there. If we do, they're possibly in a state of despair, since we've put them to their limits and completely obliterated their durability. So we're going to have to repair one if we have one over there, I believe. But that's not an issue to us. We have 37 levels and a bucket load of diamonds, so it's not as if we're breaking the bank or anything right now. And since we're at a point in the game now where we are starting to add mending enchantments to our tools and to our equipment, we are probably going to get to a stage where diamonds pretty much mean nothing to us. What on earth? I don't know if you guys heard that. I assume what happened there was an Enderman teleported and happened to fall within that water and ended up injuring himself. Don't know how he's managed that, but that's what I can predict. Okay, so here we go. We've got silk touch and efficiency. We'll take this one with us, since it has efficiency. If we can combine that with unbreaking in any way, then we can make ourselves a nice unbreaking pickaxe. With efficiency, hopefully we can get efficiency 5 on it as well. I think we might be able to, actually, so hopefully we'll have a pretty nice, near enough end game pickaxe here. And if we get another mending book, I'd actually like to invest that into a silk touch pickaxe as well, just because they're very useful to have around, as well as the fortune pickaxe, just so that you can you know, use them to collect regular stone, glowstone, things like that. it's always stuff that we need around the base, so it'll be good to have. Okay, so let's see which tool we're going to use here. Unbreaking 3, we could just compare it directly with that, I guess. Do we have... I'll just use this one. I don't think we're going to be able to get efficiency 5 on it, so I'll just use this one. I mean, we could, but no, we're not going to do that right now. Let's grab our anvil, place it down. Doof de doof. Okay, it's going to cost us 8 levels. No dramas whatsoever. We'll take that. Let's put our anvil back. And I am now going to head off and collect some glowstone. Okay guys, welcome back to the video. So, I think we might have a change of plans here actually. As you can see, I did come up with this design. And if we grab our sugarcane, I think you guys already know how this works. I've demonstrated it quite a few times already, even in this video. And it won't grow unless there's water. Silly me. Okay, so of course you just plant the sugarcane, and then once it grows to 3 high in the middle, the pistons will push it, but it's just, for me, too inefficient. And whilst I've been creating this video, I actually received a comment on last episode, and it was from Dennis, and he has suggested using a tutorial by a channel called, I'm assuming it's pronounced Nembon. And essentially his idea or his design works with flying machines. If you guys don't know what they are, it's a series of blocks including pistons, sticky pistons, observers, and slime blocks. And essentially what they can do is fly from side to side through the air automatically, and can be controlled. It points that use immovable blocks such as obsidian or leaves to control where they start and finish. And he has basically combined that with a sugarcane farm to create a very, very efficient design. It's probably something I would probably rather look at than to create this very inefficient multiple cell design at the back of our base over there. And we can save that space for something else. I think that would probably be a good use of our time. So what I'm going to do instead is, we don't actually have the materials to create it right now. So we are going to instead go upstairs to the overground, plant a ton of this stuff out there anyway, and then just sort of work towards getting the stuff together to build this. So that is going to require us to create a slime farm of some sorts, I would imagine, because we don't actually have too much in terms of slime. That slime chunk I do have over there by the ravine station doesn't seem to be spawning that many slimes anymore, so the slime balls are coming a bit too few and far between for us to be able to create some sort of substantial amount of slime blocks. So as I mentioned, we're probably going to have to create a farm for that instead, so that we can put together this flying machine to create an automated... It's going to be overground as well, because otherwise we'd have to dig out a huge space, and I don't really fancy doing that. So it's going to be a huge automated overground sugarcane farm. And as I said, it just looks a lot better than tripping over my words there. It looks a lot better than the design that we were going to come up with. And also, it is essentially lossless, so it's the maximum efficiency that you could expect from a farm of this type. So I don't see any reason why we shouldn't think about building it. And for now, we can just plant these 62 sugarcanes that I have in my inventory, just out in the open, and come up and collect them ourselves every once in a while we're collecting the materials required to build the automation. So that's what we're going to do right now. And then for this episode, we can think about doing something else instead of working on the sugarcane farm. And I'm just going to leave what we've designed in the base there for now. As soon as we come up with a better idea as to what to build in that part of the base, obviously I will move it. But for now, I don't think it's doing any harm, so it can stay where it is. We will build the sugarcane farm above our ravine base, just so that it can stay loaded whilst we're down there. So if we just create some channels here, like this. And then wherever the water runs out, we can just get it moving again, like that. And then just plant. There we go. Okay, so we still have 32. So we've done about half of the sugarcane so far. So let's dig another channel. Like so. Probably, actually, no, we won't dig a channel there. We'll leave a gap, so it's a bit easier to collect, because this will still allow the sugarcane to grow. So let's just leave that one space gap there. And that will do the job, I suppose. And we can fill in that little gap there to stop the water flowing out. Okay, let's grab some water from the small lake over here. There we go. And then obviously just do the same again. Fill in the channel. I just want to check on the villagers a second. Okay, yeah, they're all good. It's just I couldn't hear anything for a second there. Are they running out of carrots? Okay, we're actually not focusing on that at the moment, so I'll deal with that off camera, but let's keep working here, getting our sugarcane planted. Oops, don't want any too high. Want to grow naturally where we can. Okay, so we have 2 more, we'll just stick those at the ends here. And for now, that's going to have to do for our sugarcane farm. It's very makeshift and doesn't look great, but as I said, we're going to be working now towards getting the materials together to create this automated design that Dennis has showed me, because it just seems like it would be a much more interesting build for 1, and for 2 it would definitely be way more efficient. I think you can get around 25,000 sugarcane per day from a 20 by 100? It was something like that, 20 by 100 layout. You can get around 25,000 sugarcane per day, so... Or no, not per day, sorry, per hour. Per hour of real time, 8,000 per day of Minecraft time. So every 20 minutes you get about 8,000. So it's a very, as you can tell from those numbers, a very, very efficient design. Anyway, you guys, let me think about what's going to come next for this video. Alright everybody, welcome back to the video. So, in the last segment, I quickly indicated that we would be peeling away from the sugarcane idea for this episode. So let's just go ahead here and take this thing down, because we're not going to be using it anymore, and I actually want to repurpose this space already. I've had a bit of an idea, so we are going to do something this episode, that's for sure. We're going to get a new project underway, so do not worry. So as we peel this down, there is something missing around this area of the base. I'll head over to the area that it's missing from in a second, and it might help you take a guess what's coming next if you can remember what was there and what isn't there anymore. So as we work here, we'll just get this done before I head over there and show you guys. So there we go. It's pretty much everything taken care of now. We just move all of this up into our inventory, grab our shovel to get rid of the sand. There we go. Okay, that'll do for now. So we did get rid of most of the stuff there. But in this area of the base, something is missing. If you can tell what it is, then you'll know what we're going to do next. If not, then you might still be left wondering. But I am going to be digging out an area here, and we are going to be creating a different kind of farm today. It's not going to be a sugarcane farm. It is going to be a farm of some sort, harvesting organic material, but it is not going to be a sugarcane farm. So the farm itself is going to be 18 wide, and I'm not sure how many deep, but it does need to be 18 wide for functionality reasons. So there's your first hint. You might have already seen a tutorial for this on YouTube somewhere. And as for what it's growing, we will get to that later in the video after I have put some work in here to dig out the area required, and we'll jump back in and take a look at it together, and that is when you'll get the grand reveal. Alright you guys, welcome back. So far this is what we've got, and you've probably noticed in my hand I have 64 cacti, and by this point you probably would have guessed that this is going to be... Yep, you guessed it, it's a cactus farm. So we're about to install the cacti into the farm now, and it still has some design work to do, but I will do that some other day because I'm running out of time here. And I thought I'd just get the farm functioning first of all, rather than you know, trying to get it looking good and nice and pretty. So let's get these cacti into their positions, and then we can think about capping off the video. So how is best to do this? Probably just everything we can reach for now. So let's just pop them in. And if you haven't seen any tutorials on cactus farming recently, then you probably don't know what this design is, but essentially the glass panes are to stop any cactus entities that break off from then hitting a cactus and getting destroyed, because if you throw items at a cactus, if I can get one to hit, as you can see, come on, hit the cactus. Okay, see, that one got destroyed. So when entities hit a cactus, they do in fact get destroyed. So these glass panes are designed to stop that from happening. And they will do that by, when the cactus pops off, it will hit the glass pane rather than hitting this cactus here. and then it will just fall into the gap, and eventually we will pour water in the edges that will then take the drops to the hopper chain in the middle, and that will carry them back to our central collection system. So I think when I was telling you guys about this, I actually told you that it had to be 18 wide, and that was a mistake. It's 17 wide. So 8 on each side for the water, because water flows 8 blocks from the source, as we all know, and then a central block for the collection, which makes 17 blocks in total. So to avoid any confusion, I just thought I'd make that correction right now. Okay, so let's carry on planting our cacti in the farm. There we go, that's one side complete. Now we can head over to the other side. And I also, off camera, just headed over to our sand collection area and grabbed a bunch of sand and a bunch of sandstone. The sand we don't need right now, except for cooking up the glass. I mean, we did already have a ton of sand from last time, but I thought I'd collect more anyway because it's a useful block to keep around. As you know, we use quite a lot of glass in our builds, so it's always a handy block to have in numbers. So I thought we'd collect a bit more, and we also collected a bunch of sandstone, and we're going to be using that for the floor in here. I just thought it fit the theme quite nicely because, as you know, cactus only grows on sand in this game, so we must use sand to grow the cactus. Otherwise the farm will be ineffective. So there we go, that's both sides now stocked up with cacti. We should, anytime soon, once the cactus or the cacti decide to grow, we should see that they'll pop off onto the sandstone below. And obviously that's where they will remain until we collect them or they despawn, because we haven't set up our automatic collection yet. But once we have the automatic collection set up, things here should be looking good. And another benefit of this farm design is that it is stackable, so we can also put another layer of cacti above this one and just keep stacking it all the way to the ceiling if we desire to do so, and I probably will. But I just thought we'd get one layer completed for today, just so that we have something to keep producing our cacti, and we don't have to worry about going to collect any more or grow it in that shabby little farm that we had down there that I tore down earlier in the video. Alright you guys, that is going to be it from me today. I really do hope you enjoyed watching this video. I definitely enjoyed making it for you guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to drop a like down below. That helps out the channel and helps me to gauge the general response from you guys about the video. So that would be nice and helpful if you could do that. Also, if you have any questions, suggestions, or any comments in general, be sure to drop them down in the comment section below. I will be sure to reply to it, as I do to all comments on the channel at the moment. And finally, if you're new around here, then why not subscribe? It is free after all, and it allows you to stay up to date with everything that we decide to do on the channel together. And you can also stay tuned to this series, which is going to be going on for much longer than it has. So once again, guys, thank you very much for spending your time to be with me today to watch the video. Be sure to look after yourselves and your families, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye for now.